All right, well, the weather's sort of nice today. Haven't really felt that great, so I took a couple hour nap. Now I'm up at it again. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this motor mount. Kind of hard to get a good picture, but you can see. See if I can zoom in there. You can see that the motor mount is twisted. It's tight on this side and not on that side. So, first thing I'm going to do is hunt down my jack so I can get up underneath there, so I can get the weight off, and then I need to find the right tools to get in there, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the flat one is a 15. The one that pass-through bolt is an 18. I've got some, it's hard to see from this angle, but I've got some rubber blocks on top of my jack that I've got underneath the oil pan there, just enough to take a tad bit of the weight off. And we'll go ahead and start zipping these out. I got a really long extension, so I can work from up here and set it down inside the tight zone. All right, got the upper one out without too much problem. Now we're gonna go down on the bottom and see if we can get those other two from the bottom. All right, well, I ended up needing a box in wrench in 18, because as soon as I started to take the knot off, it just started spinning there in the bushing. But now it is out, maybe. Okay, it's definitely pinching on something here. There we go. And now the mount should pop out of there. It is still stuck on the threaded side on the back side, so I need to get that out of there. Well, I got it to the point where it's mostly out, but it's hung up on the bottom on the permanent bolt that's in there. So I'm gonna have to go back underneath and see if I can try to tap it out with a long punch and a hammer. All right, so I fought with it and fought with it, and what I ended up doing is just letting the jack down just a little bit, and then the threaded bolt part and the whole mount came right out. And if you don't think it was broken, that's the part that's supposed to be on the inside. Made in Korea. But yeah, that's pretty much dead. So now I got to look at the two I have and figure out which one's which. All right, so the two I have look like that. You can see that this one's wider, this one's narrower. They did have part numbers on the bag, but the part numbers don't really mean anything. So what we're going to use is this guy. Doesn't look like that one. Looks like that one. All right, so this is the one we're going to go ahead and put back in. There's a part number for you. All right, let's see how hard this is to put back. All right, so I got the mount back in there. I got this bolt just finger tight. I'm going to go down and do the nut sides finger tight, and then I'm going to jack up the engine, line up the through bolt, and get it in, and then I'll tighten everything down. All right, so I got the upper and the lower finger tight so the mount doesn't move around. I'm going to go ahead and start jacking the motor back up so I can put the bolt in. All right, so I've got the two bolts in. I got the motor mount almost in place. The problem is I'm having a hard time seeing. Let me see if I can give this thing some light. Seeing down there, I can't quite get the bolt to line up. Let's see. All right, let me check that. All right, well, we're still working on this motor mount. I had to take the 2 bolts out. I could not get that center bolt to line up because of the angle. Now that I got the center bolt in, I can't get the 2 lower bolts to line up. I have jacked it up, twisted it, turned it, manipulated it, and what I'm coming down to is, because they have a transmission drop plate in, that the angle is not going to work. So I will have to unbolt the transmission from the transmission mount to jack up the rear so that I can get the right angle, so I can get everything to line up, because if not, it's not going to work. And right now the engine is sitting about 1/2 inch too far back, and no matter what I do, I can't get it to move forward to get the bolts to line up. So I guess I can go ahead and take off the belt so I can do the other one, and that way I can get it all done at the same time. This one shouldn't be as bad once I get the alternator out of the way. It's same thing, but it doesn't look nearly as bad, but you can see it's twisted as well. So yeah. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pull the alternator, or pull the belt, so I can get the alternator out of the way and do that, which means that I'm going to disconnect all of this fucking happy horse shit. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, really? This is why people who don't know what the fuck they're doing shouldn't be allowed to work on vehicles, really. I mean, what is this? This is some sort of speaker wire. Oh look, and it's running to the positive. I don't know what that is. So yeah, so I'm going to disconnect all these extra wires for now, because I think this white wire goes to the lights, and we just don't want that. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect that. One of these wires, I think, is the winch wire. It's probably this hokey ass one here. So I'm going to disconnect that, and we'll clean up all that real quick. All right, so I got what I assume is the winch wire off. This one doesn't even have an end on it. It was just twisted around everything. So we'll go ahead and throw those 2 out of the way. I still got to disconnect this one. This goes down to the starter. So yeah, we're going to clean that all up. Do the same thing over here, and I'm going to change the terminals out for proper terminals, because this would not be the right way to do this. So I'm going to get all of that out. I'm going to go ahead and pull the battery up out of the way just to give myself some room. Alright, well, the battery's out of the way. Yeah, they did a hack job on the battery tray. It's missing both sides. They're both cut away, so it really didn't do anything. So I'm going to have to build one or hunt down one. Probably just build one, because I want to do a dual so I can turn them and face them, so I can get 2 side by side here. And I'll just move the power box and this jack, which is useless because it won't reach anything. So this is all the washers and stuff they had piled in there. So that's kind of great. All right, so next thing we're going to do is get the belt out of the way so we can get the alternator out of the way, and we can get that bolt out of there. All right, so I got the belt off. That's such a pain in the ass. So I plan on ordering the TJ version of the power steering bracket, so I'll probably do that. This belt is shot, it's all tore up. I have gotten the 115 out from the top so far. I need to figure out what size the alternator bolts are. I'm just going to take it out completely so I have plenty of room. I'm hoping. Yeah, so the bottom one is just a bolt, and there's a nut on the top with the bolt, so I'm going to have to get all that out of there. Don't know how much more I'm going to do today. I'm getting tired, and probably be time for me to call it quits for the day. So I'm just going to end the video here, and I'll pick it up tomorrow with a brand new video. Thanks for watching.